Children drawing on the walls or peering out a window in their own home may seem innocent enough, but in an older home, touching these surfaces can be harmful to a child's health. TV6's Sophie Erber explains in tonight's Your Health Matters.
I'm going to get his weight and his height really quick first, okay?
The number one environmental risk for children in the UP is also one of the hardest to detect. Lead poisoning is completely preventable, but it's difficult to control exactly what a child comes in contact with. If they do touch old lead-based paint, or even the dust that comes from a product containing lead, the toxins could lead to serious health problems.
The whole UP is actually listed as high risk because of the age of the homes that we live in. And that's how the state determines high-risk neighborhoods, is by the age of the home.
Before 1978, lead-based paint was common in homes. When homeowners renovate or repaint a house, they run the risk of exposing themselves to the old but still poisonous lead.
We live in one of the old miner homes off in West Ishpeming, so it's very possible that, somewhere in there could be lead paint.
It's also important to check that old toys don't contain lead in their material or paint.
We have seen kids who've ingested the die cast of automobiles, and that gets into their system. You will have abdominal pain, you'll have acute neurologic findings. The more chronic exposure, what we see with paint chips, you will get the anemia, you'll start seeing delay in development.
It's recommended that children get tested at age 1, 2, and then once again before the age of 6. On this day, 2-year-old Jonah Harper is getting his second test.
We just think it's a small step to take. It's important to do, to have your children tested.
Now you might be thinking, well, my home was built after 1978. My children don't need to be tested. But if your children visit a friend's older home or are exposed in another environment, they're still at risk and should be tested. According to the Michigan Department of Community Health, many counties in the UP have between 4 and 6% of children under 6 showing blood lead levels of 5 or greater.
The first initial one would actually be anemia or decreased hemoglobin because the lead will displace iron.
Other symptoms include lower IQs, behavioral and attention problems, and even physiological issues with some of the organ systems in the body.
It's just important to bear in mind that there really is no safe lead level for children, so our goal is to really have it eradicated from children's environment as much as possible. It is the #1 environmental risk for children here.
Sophie Erber, TV6 News, Marquette.